All right. Good evening, everyone. As you can see, Seven Pipe decided he wanted to join us again, so we were happy to oblige. And Hidden, as always, is our co-pilot. First, before we get to I like trying to get through some important stuff or new stuff or whatever before we get too hot and heavy into just whatever we decide to get into. Obviously, as always, comments and whatever, put them in the chat. We'll bring them up and we'll have a chat. I just launched a video going through the pack trading group. So if anybody hasn't had a chance to look at that, please have a look, give it a like, give it a subscribe, even throw a comment in if you can to help the algorithm out. This video, obviously, you can do the same thing. The BootCamp is starting next week. If you guys have had, and I explained this in the video, if you've had desires to learn trading, want to at least have some knowledge, or you are a trader and you want to get maybe some more thought process flowing, or you feel stuck or whatever, or you're a very avid trader and you just want to maybe see if you can fine tune your skills or whatever, the boot camp actually is quite amazing. I've been through it. It's changed me quite a bit. I'm finally getting profitable, getting payouts again, which is and I'm not losing my accounts as quickly as I used to. So it's changing things very, very well. I've got 3 funded accounts as of today. Four funded accounts out of it today, 1 on its way. So it's definitely making a difference, and I'm starting to actually create multiple accounts. And once I can do that, if I can start creating rewards for them I'm not going to copy trade everything, but if I can create plans for them and get them all into payouts, that's obviously going to create that compounding effect, which is what we all want. So that's just what I want to go in there. Like I said, have a look at the video. The WAP link is in my Discord, or if you're in the pack trading group, the WAP link is in there as well. I just think even for me, there's bots that I'm running that it's helped me, not necessarily with the Forex ones, because the exchange stuff is a little different, but there's futures bots that I run, and it's even helped me. Like today, I didn't let it take a position because I knew we had gotten overextended pretty badly in NASDAQ this morning. So I stopped it from taking a position, and lo and behold, the second it took us long, because I got to know the bot, and now I have my own trading knowledge, I was able to stop the bot before it started, and it just saved me a full stop loss on that would have happened on that trade. So just things to keep in mind, that you never know what kind of value you can get out of it. So so that's my infomercial for the day. Other than that, Hidden, anything from you? Flex or alike, or
Flex, we're just chugging along. Nothing new on FlexIRA.
FlexIRA looks like there was probably a fairly large request to withdrawal.
Was there?
Not a massive one, but what is it? Because it's usually at 600.
Oh, you know what? That's Bill. He removed himself from the dividend pool.
Oh, that's right. Okay. There is room to put in. I just don't know how much then. Because somebody did do a withdrawal and they're wondering when they get their money, and I'm assuming it's because they're... Real quick. I should see. What's the actual max price then right now?
It's still 1.65.
Okay, so so there's a good 30. Okay, so
37,000.
Yeah,
735.
Yeah. So anybody looking to get into that, obviously there's some opportunity. You have to be a member already, eh?
You know, I'm not 100% sure on that anymore.
Oh, there you go. I guess we should find that out.
Yeah,
doesn't hurt to ask, because we could help fill it faster than, I guess, if we told a few people. So cool. Other than that, Seven Pint, I obviously happy to have a little chat about the bot. I know I did a follow-up video after our crazy, I don't know what you want to call it, but crazy war fiasco.
That was...
Go ahead.
No, that was wild, and it super sucks because it's, doing good, doing great. Everyone's starting to feel the flow of the bot and how it works, and then all of a sudden, I think I haven't mentioned it in our first live. I was like, I'm more scared of a Trump tweet than I am of actual red folder news. And then lo and behold, a Trump tweet / news event happened, and the entire market just said, all right, we're gonna go bottoms up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched that video. Great video. I don't really have any updates. I'm just kind of hanging out. I'm watching right now. We're only, I think right now we're in 2 trades. We're in a Euro USD sell and an NZD CAD buy. That's in a couple. It's a little bit of drawdown, but it's it's just been going sideways all week. I'm looking at it right now, and I just drew an ascending wedge, and it's kind of just staying in that wedge pattern. So hopefully it starts to pop out of that. But I mean,
it's not going to take much because of the DCAs that it's done, it doesn't need too much of a pop to get out of it. So
I'm looking at like 0.82340 is the TP target right now, and that is not even really.
oh yeah, that's nothing.
That's not even getting back into the previous range. That's not even. It's not a fair value gap of that drop, but it's not even getting back into the complete range that it dropped from. So
Yeah.
it'll get there. When to get there, who knows? But I don't really have any updates. I'm just kind of hanging out and seeing if anyone has any questions regarding, or I actually had questions for you guys regarding, I think Monstro. I was looking at that, and
Oh yeah.
percent signs and dollar signs always make me raise an eyebrow or two. Or my girlfriend will say raise both my eyebrows because she thinks I have a unibrow. Yeah. So I looked at that and I was like, I mean, those are numbers. Those numbers are not small. So they're I guess
the one thing is not small. The which I forgot to get in. I keep forgetting to get into the pokes. You mean, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. The pokes. It's because it's kind of a gambling thing too. I think that I don't, and I had him on in my channel and I did an AMA with him, and I don't put things to memory as well as I used to. But yeah, there's something to do with it, and it's on this tear, this one thing, but it definitely is a little bit more higher risk. But it's still like even this week the payout went out up, like it doubled its payout from the week before.
I think there was an issue I was reading in Telegram. There was an accidental mistype in it.
Oh shit!
Like doubled the payout or something like that by accident.
Oh, okay. And that, I mean, that again, at least it's double. Even at half, it's down to what they have been averaging the last few weeks, anyways, which is good.
Happy accident.
Yeah, because you would have over 2x'd already in 18 weeks, which is nuts.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, the whole thing about that is it's running on like puts and stuff like that on the not stock market, but futures and stuff like that. Futures, puts, and
so I guess that was going to be like my large question is, and I don't know if you covered this in your AMA already, but I guess where does the revenue come from? Because anytime I see these crypto-based or DEX-based projects that say percents or whatever, my immediate question is, okay, how are you generating revenue that's not new subscriber-based?
Yeah, that would be something to have them on for, or have a chat with him just to get better, or ask in the Discord. I can't say, I haven't researched that one that much, so to say what it is, or unless you happen to know hidden, but I don't necessarily know how well that one works yet. But I do know with certainty that Various is, like, I've known him for years. He lived an hour and a half away from me, kind of thing. Like, I know he's above board. Like, it's definitely it's definitely legit. It's just how it's generating that and where the funds are coming from, that I can't explain it, so I wouldn't be able to be the best person to answer it.
That's what
I have to revert to him, but I can ask him, or I can have him reach out to you. But
I can show you or share the dashboard.
I have the dashboard. Like, are you talking about just the pokes dashboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that just showing the numbers, so I can display that. I don't have, like, they're really good numbers. I just don't have the answers to the question, in the sense that I don't know, I don't know where the revenue's coming from. It's all on DBank. Like, you can check on all the links and see the transactions and stuff.
Right.
So I mean, you see the money flow, but that doesn't tell you anything about where the money ends up going, obviously, and where it ends up coming from. But but you can see the wallets and stuff. But it's something to do with this peg, I think it is now.
Yeah, it deals with peg, but like I said, I vaguely remember reading somewhere in the Telegram that it's options trading or something like that, like puts and the other one.
Okay.
So like they put it into like an egg or something like that, and if the options put hits, then you get a payout or something like that. It's interesting, but it works apparently.
Yeah,
it works very well.
Well, and I know options and puts, and those can be quite good, and they can be quite lucrative if you do them right. It's just knowing how to do them, and again, where they're being done. So, yeah, we'll have to. I wonder. I should message Various and just see if he happens to be around, because then he can come and explain it. Yeah, like, we get a big party going on here.
Yeah, I was just curious.
I am too now.
Because I know I did back when I met you, Pocket. I asked he who shall not be named, hey, you have these trading bots. Well, where's this revenue coming from? like show me some proof, and it could not be generated.
No. Well, even when I was at a admin mod or whatever the hell we want to call me there, I kept trying to get him to do it, and and he was very cagey about it. At some points, he was going to do it, and then obviously we all know where that went. So
yeah, yeah. But I mean, as far as Jack goes, it's slow, but I mean, I trade on a live account that's got about 5K in it. And I think I posted in our Discord not too long ago for the month. So the 9 days or for the month or whatever, I'm sitting at like almost $200 so far.
Nice. Yeah, my account. So my account that I started. So when did I start this one? My TCT account. So, and I've got it on 4x, which is quite lower risk for the size of the account that I have. But I wanted that way just to kind of keep building a buffer, and I may increase it later, but I may not, because honestly, to me, the prop accounts, it's more about preservation of your account than it is about making money fast, because it'll make money pretty nicely over time if you just let it go. From the 11th, so it's been just about a month. It's done 378 now, as of today. 378, yeah. But I mean, again, I'm only at 4x, and I mean, we were running 1K accounts at 1x, right? So you can imagine how big a difference that is, a gap in risk, when you're looking at an account that's 17 times the value of the account you started with, and your risk is only 4x, right?
Yeah.
So I could definitely raise that, and I might very well raise it because we're in such a more slower summer market. We should expect things to kind of go kind of slowly, but my issue is just not getting stuck in a trade for too long that ends up getting too big. Like this one here, if I doubled my risk, it would only be drawdown of $40 or $80.
Yeah,
so it's not so bad, but I don't necessarily want to go.
This trade, like when it goes to the bottom of this NZD CAD range, for instance, I've seen my account, I've been in like 120 or 150 of drawdown, and that's on a times 6. So I mean, it does stack quickly, which is it is the one, no pun intended, but drawdown of the bot is like those, it can add quickly if you're not careful.
Yeah. So,
but we haven't, I mean, I remember, I don't know, a month ago, trades were opening left and right. It was like bang, 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 and all day long. And now it just like nothing's happening, and it's
and as much as people shouldn't get used to that, they get used to that, and then they get bored in this environment. It's like, well, I want to make more money faster, and then that's what caused part of what happened, right? Because a lot of people saw what I was doing, and that's where I hate, like, that's the problem with showing this stuff off, and then went in and. Realistically speaking, hindsight 2020, the 1K accounts, as I mentioned in my video, were too risky. They're just, I mean, maybe not now, but they're too risky if you're not okay with just potentially having to replace them. Because I lost my $2,800 account. I probably should have kept it at 1x at that point, because I'd already ROI'd now at that point. But it is what it is. But this one here, it actually went through that whole war thing, and I think its max drawdown was, I'm going to say 450, and the max I was allowed was 1,000. So it didn't do that bad, but it's because I had 4x and not so high. So
I mean, if TCTs, I'm sure they have intentions of staying around for the foreseeable future, but if they actually stay around for the foreseeable future, and you can just keep it on, 4, 5, 6x or whatever, and you just let it burn for, I don't know, 6 months or whatever. I'm not saying you won't level up in 6 months, but you just kind of forget about it, and then you just kind of take the profits and stack it into a live, and then you run a live and a prop. Now, now that's like, now you're stacking money, because I think the goal should be to get away or off of a prop if possible, and trade your own live funds, because you have more management of your own risk, and you can buy you can buy way more risk too.
Yeah. Well, and that my goal is still to do it, and I keep forgetting. Actually, tomorrow I got to try and get myself. I have an IC.
Oh, did you get approved? I'm sure it's nothing, because you're in Canada, so it doesn't really matter. But
yeah, well, I mean, IC markets is still, it's in Ontario. I'm not allowed to have it, but I have a Quebec corporation, so I was able to do it that way. Yeah, I don't know why that's different. Well, Ottawa, we're like in Ontario, we're the government capital, so we get stingy rules, it seems sometimes. But I've got to get my account fixed up. I keep forgetting that, because I had to go and buy I had to go buy some code to allow me to trade with them. So, oh yeah,
Like
I gotta upload more
like as a
documents.
professional trader, or just like as a
Sort of. Yeah, I can't remember what was the code called.
'cause I've seen those questions like for brokers, like, oh, have you ever professionally traded, or do you have a like? I know the code you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's
IPs.
a high net worth individual.
No, so this
code
one
or
I don't
some
know why they
bullshit.
had me like maybe it's because of them, but what that Gmail, I'm like brain dead. No question. We don't have too many people watching, guys. Any questions though, guys? We have a few people, but problem is when we get less consistent with these, we end up getting hit and miss people. But I'm gonna check. I want to double check what this darn code is.
I'm just watching NZD-CAD. I mean, I don't know if it's just happenstance drawing or if it's just how I actually drew it, but I mean, it's just sitting in this little ascending triangle.
Oh, I should have been watching. I would have actually gone short a few seconds ago or 5 minutes ago.
And there's no news like tonight. What's today, the 9th? There's nothing. And then there's unemployment claims tomorrow at 8:30. But there's the next like big day is next Tuesday, and that's CPI.
Yeah.
And that's really it. So I expect it to be pretty slow going into the weekend, and even rounding the corner for Monday.
Yep. Yeah, I'll wait till after CPI, and I'll probably up some risk a little bit, but not crazy, and then just keep kind of chugging away with it.
I don't know. I was fully transparent about this. I don't know what happened with my TCT account, but I posted it in my Discord, and I think yeah, I sent a picture of you. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they made a
Oh
but
yes.
my account passed, and a lot of people failed, and I'm on the $1,700 level right now, and I've just got it on 1x, and I'm just letting it eat and just letting it sit there. So
Nice.
I'm still in the TCT game right now. And I think Josh is actually trying something right now. He's running a TCT with just gold, just explicitly gold to kind of stress test gold. And I think he's at 160 in profit, give or take.
Nice.
So we'll see. Gold is one of those things I think we're hesitant to put out because it is so risky and it is so like volatile that we don't want to get repercussions because people try it and they go balls to the wall and it blows. Because if you haven't traded gold before, it destroys margin so fast. I mean,
Very fast.
It eats margin so fast, probably at an equal level or more than if you were trading crypto. If your broker trades crypto, because I know people that have traded like a 0.005 on Bitcoin just to long it,
Yeah.
and they're down, their margin's super low. They're like, I don't understand what's happening. I'm like, dude, your broker eats margin for Bitcoin, dude.
Yep. Yeah, I know you got to be careful with those guys, but yeah, it can be a good one. But it's just finding that it seems that every algo that I've seen, anyways, or stuff that's worked on gold, it works till it doesn't. It's just been. I mean, I guess same could be said for all of them, but at least these ones are like. Again, you can make just like anything. The riskier it is, the more harder rough it can get. It can make you a lot of money faster, but it can also lose you all of it faster.
Yeah, that's very true. I think that's how I actually lost or almost lost one of my accounts. Is through gold, just through a different person. It was great. I was running at like 0.02, but it was a gold grid bot. So it was like it just would buy forever. And on gold, it just like you don't have enough margin, you don't have enough room to do that, no matter who you are. But with regular Forex, it's a little bit more lenient. You can kind of get away with it.
Yeah, well, a lot of the pairs that you do when it comes to Forex are very like cyclical. They do more S curves than it does massive ups and downs.
Yeah.
So it works out well, but yeah.
Yeah. Like I think you tried you had made a bot and it blew a $10,000 account in like
half a day, I think it was.
Yeah. And it's gone.
And it's done.
Yeah.
Just like bank fees.
This one I got running now is holding on. So
yeah, I still owe you. I still owe you back test on that.
What is it?
Yeah, I think it's the Lyrunex. I think they just don't have the correct chart data. So it's
So
fucking up my back tests.
I was looking for other brokers, and I don't know if anyone has any like recommendations, but I've seen PlexiTrade, but then I was doing some digging on PlexiTrade, and I think they just acquired or they acquired a broker that had like a negative reputation, and I can't remember the name of it, but it started with an L, and it wasn't Lyronix, it was like LHFX or something like that. Not Longhorn, it was somebody else.
Yeah, I
And
don't
I,
know.
and I was trying to find, and I kept on just reading online through all these other entities, and they were like, "Oh, PlexiTrade's a scam. PlexiTrade's a this." I'm like, so I don't know anyone who's actually using it that has any positive or negative reviews, but I don't have any issues with CoinEx. I just would like to diversify my money so it's not all sitting in one pool. But
Yeah.
for hamstrung in the U.S., it's like unless you want to use Tasty FX and have a max leverage of 1 to 30, you're kind of got to use unregulated, which sucks.
Yeah,
I think Lyronex is technically actually regulated.
I think they are regulated in like St. Lucia, I think is the loophole there. I think it's St. Lucia.
that would make sense.
So it's like a loose regulation.
I don't know. I haven't had any issues with them yet. Knock on wood.
How's the spread, like the average spread in comparison?
It's not bad.
It's 200 pips. That's normal, right? Yeah.
No, it's definitely less than that. Their pro accounts, yeah, obviously spend a little bit more in commission, but they're close to zero spread actually, which isn't that bad, obviously.
Yeah, I was looking at. I think I have a Lyronex account and a PlexiTrade account, and I was looking to kind of play with those and see. And then I think I posted in my Discord. There's another company called like Hero FX or something like that, and they offer basically. It seems like it's a broker, but they offer like a prop firm esque challenge where they match like a certain percentage, or it's 10x of whatever you put in. So you pay $1,000, you get a $10,000 account, and then you have a 10% drawdown or 10% profit target. So, but those are equivalent numbers of TCT, and I'd rather just use TCT.
Yeah, well, and they've been around for a while. A lot of the group that I've been around for a while have used them, so I trust them. The payments are good, and yeah, and they give you the crypto option, which is not a lot of them give you that either. So
Yeah, that's very true.
Nice bonus.
Any prop firm that actually pays out is great. I don't know how long they were with Ox Securities, but they were with them for a while, and then I don't know who their LP
Yeah, I don't know who it is now. They had, every one of them had a bad run for a little while finding anybody.
Yeah.
But for whoever they found now seems to be working out well for them.
Yeah.
Wow, you cannot get closer to a take profit than that, I don't think.
Holy shit!
What are you looking at?
My here, I'll see if I can share it real quick. Where is it? I guess I have to do window. There we go. Once you pull it up.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I have to hit a button. That's right.
Yes,
Permissions.
right here. I'm looking on my screen. It literally is touching the take profit.
Damn.
It's right here.
I think.
I love it.
Yeah, you can also get rid of those grid lines too if you don't like those. I hate those on my charts, but I think it's like Alt H or something like that, or Alt G, one of the two. But yeah, yeah.
There we go. That's prettier. Is this for the JetBot?
No, this is one I'm working on.
Oh, you're working on one.
Yes.
Coolio.
Yeah, when it doesn't blow through 10 grand in 4 hours.
That's why a lot of that's so tough.
Yeah. And gold especially. Although I will say I'm having more issues getting GPD to work correctly than I did gold.
GPD USD?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because of your entry criteria.
I'm not sure, but it's a fucking pain in the dick.
I think with this being such a slow market, I have like a pool of pairs that like they tested okay, but we just decided not to put them with JAT. But I think one of them is GPB JPY, And I think I'm gonna put that on the slow sniper, just since this market is so slow. I don't really know a whole lot of people who use the slow sniper in conjunction with Jet, but I think I'm gonna add that to slow sniper probably this week just to give it a little bit more trading volume because it's been pretty slow too.
I will play around with some things once I get my live account done. I think I'm gonna try and play around with some of the other stuff like the other jet bot.
Did you guys see my brisket that I smoked, man? That was.
I did. Yeah, I was gonna say you're also a foodie. I did see it. You posted everywhere. Your Discord, my Discord.
Oh, I wanted everyone to know about it, dude. I was proud of that thing. 20 hours from start to finish.
Nice.
It was great.
Phenomenal. I do love me a good. We used to have a restaurant near us. He had a big brisket smoker, like a massive machine that you could trailer places. And yeah, he made some good stuff when I lived up in this smaller town. We had quite a lot of fun. I knew him. So
what food are you guys known for in Canada? I mean, Americans are known for barbecue and like racism, but what are you guys known for in Canada?
Poutine's one of our big ones.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the big ones. And then dessert wise, the beaver tail. It's like a pastry with usually Nutella and some maple syrup. It's quite sweet, but
okay, so it's not an actual. You're not eating endangered species up there.
No. True. I guess I should have qualified that. I said dessert, but yes, I guess I didn't qualify that it wasn't actual beaver. Moose meat is amazing. We have lots of moose. We have moose up here, so
I could see that. Yeah,
get that very often. It's really good meat, really tasty. Yeah, I guess poutine's kind of our claim to fame. Fries, gravy, and bake and cheese. I guess is.
Man, I had some in Maine when we went up there recently, and I don't know if it was because I was a little hammered, but I just was not a fan. I was like, dude, this is just sloppy, just mess. I don't
see. It has to be perfectly made, and unfortunately, I'm finding less and less of them making it the way it should be made, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just a snob, but yeah, I don't know. It's not the same as everywhere you go. So
yeah,
we make it at home too, and it's good. But there's a few places that make them good, but you have to try a bunch of them to find the right places, and then sometimes they change ownerships because it's not like a chip wagon's not a big high-end $50 million earner kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah, has to be a beef gravy, not a. I can go on and on.
Beef gravy. I mean, if that's your thing, man.
So
we did get a. I'm just looking at that Bitcoin. I saw it popped up. It's at 111 right now. Yeah, Bitcoin is. It's over that 111.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
barely been watching it.
Not an all-time high, but I buy like $50 worth of Bitcoin a weekly and just kind of stack it in my Exodus.
Nice.
I used to mine Ethereum back in the day, and I probably would have like, I don't know, like 20K in Ethereum if I would have actually held on to it. But I put it in like Pegaxi and like Time Wonderland and like Climadao and like all these random things back in the day when like those high APR crypto dexes were around, and it just like I just saw my Ethereum mining profits just go poof, and yeah. So now I just buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, not a bad way to do it, unfortunately, but sooner or later we'll have another little bull run in the crypto space, but I'm not sure I'm that excited about it.
Yeah, I definitely don't own a bajillion Pepe tokens or whatever the craze is now.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a new hidden. Did you see the new Dege, DEGE? It's supposedly a Trump coin, but I doubt it's legit. It keeps pumping and dumping pretty quick. But somebody was trying to tell me, he's like, "Oh, I need to get this." Like a friend saying, "I need help trying to find out how to buy this," and I'm like, "Dude, don't
waste your time. Stop it."
When you have
That's
to.
when you slap them on the hand. Stop it.
When you have to like link your wallet to this DEX and then swap to this coin and then go through this other thing just to buy the token, something's wrong. It's like, if you have to take 4 steps to buy the token, it's probably not great. But
although I need to start buying it daily because it was like it pumps like to 40 cents. It does like a 2 to 3x and then dumps at like 2,200 and then dumps back down. Oh no, maybe that was the one I already saw. No, it just did one pump and then a gradual downfall. Yeah. The normal bullshit, and now it's just a sell off.
I don't have time to watch charts like that and to do
that.
I don't have time to do that.
Nope. I will say though, I talk shit about Trade Blocker all the time, and 7 Point knows that. let me just say their coding sucks. But
It does.
one of the things that I'm gonna probably fuck around with on it is building a bot through TradeLocker and see how that works.
What are you sharing? Oh, no, it's God. Sorry, I didn't put this up for you. What's that hidden? Building a bot through.
They got their own little bot creation thing, but I want to use it for crypto rather than Forex or futures.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had I think it was Jay West actually that put a request in our Discord for running JAT on Bitcoin or crypto for over the weekend trading. And it just there's not enough consistency in the bar data for JAT to be able to grab enough information to really make it relevant. I'd have to actually dig into it, but there's so many gaps. Bitcoin's not like regular futures markets, and you can caveat, and you can take this off the screen if you want. I was just showing like what the ascending triangle that I drew and how NZDCAD is kind of just like sitting in that little wedge.
Gotcha.
But for JAT and Bitcoin related or crypto related stuff, it's like there's just not enough data, and it does okay for like a week when it's in a trend going up. But the second it moves or jumps out of it, it's too volatile, and it just does not work.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yep. No, I can see that. And again, like if you have to start, and I like Jay West, he's great, but if you have to start need to trade the other 2 days of the 7 days of the week, to me, just stick with the 5 days. We got lots of opportunity there.
Yeah, Sunday at what, 5 p.m. give or take to Friday at 5 p.m. I mean, that's plenty of time if you want to get after it and trade.
Yep. I get it. He's trying to, and
maximize.
Everybody is trying to, put your money to work. So
yeah, I get it.
Being able to, no downtime is the best way for capital.
No, but even on the weekend, your capital appreciate, like the movement that you get out of Bitcoin is not that crazy.
Well, yeah, because
because everything else, it's tied to the markets.
Exactly. The institutions have gotten in. They've started. It's no longer the consumer coin. There's big money in it. I've seen like charts of heat maps and stuff where people have billions of dollars at certain levels and whatnot. You're like, okay, the average consumer is not putting billions of dollars at 100K or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's institutional money in there for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at BlackRock. BlackRock just bought a bunch. They bought a bunch of Ethereum, and I think that that's playing into the bigger picture of, like I was saying in our Telegram for FIRA. Coinbase is coming out with what I'm guessing is a new wallet, which is going to help onboarding. It's going to be so much easier. It's literally just going to be like going to the bank at this point.
Yeah.
Because we're right now only about 7% of the world uses and utilizes crypto, and it's a multi-trillion-dollar market. Imagine once everybody gets on it, it's going to be bigger than fiat.
Yeah,
exactly.
Which you got countries like what is it? El Salvador? Which country made Bitcoin like their national currency, or they established it as
that was like a year ago, eh? Yeah, it was El Salvador, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was El Salvador. I think but you got entire countries doing that, and that's wild, having a country make that their currency. I don't know how you do that because it fluctuates so much. You got Bitcoin at 112 or 120K right now.
I'll show you exactly how. Hold on.
It's so funny being Canadian. I don't usually have Bitcoin showing up. I have to flip my screen, but anyways, it's funny to look at Bitcoin in Canadian dollars because 152,000.
Oh yeah, because your numbers are wrong. They're wrong. They're the most wrong numbers I've ever seen.
Most wrong numbers I've ever seen. You're the most horrible place unless you adopt us or let us adopt you.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
You're great again.
So, share screen. This is exactly how right here. Let me minimize that. Only need to see that. Bukele, the president of El Salvador, actually. They invested 291 million. They're up to almost 700 million on Bitcoin alone.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
That's their balance in Bitcoin?
Yeah.
But 700 million? I mean, as a country, that's not really that much. But I don't know.
Nearly 400 million.
GDP though, right? So.
Yeah, you got to remember, El Salvador is a smaller country and
True.
a smaller.
Their GDP is much smaller. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Texas has a larger GDP than El Salvador.
They also have oil though, so that doesn't count.
I mean, Texas. Last I checked, Texas was like number 4 in the world for GDP or something crazy.
So, yeah, if they went on their own, that's one of the reasons why they want to separate. Is if they went on their own, they'd be one of the top ones as is.
Yeah.
Be right back. Moving to Texas.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the military do. They retire to Texas because they don't charge state taxes or anything else there. So it's really, really cheap to live there, or used to be. I don't know what it is now, but
I'm sure there's still It's funny how the whole country's separated the way it is because of the way you guys do it, and we do other dumb things. Don't get me wrong, but it's just funny how it's so separated, so that people end up moving places just to have a better way of life, sort of.
Yep.
But I mean, to me, is it not gotten in another way? Isn't costs of living or other things changed to adopt to that difference in the most part?
yeah, I mean, it does, but I think it's just the initial sticker shock of, oh, I don't have to pay state taxes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to never mind that I have to drive 35, 40 minutes to get to a grocery store. Like, I'm not going to factor that in.
I mean, there are some states where the price of living is low due to, cost of everything being lower and jobs paying well.
Yeah.
Those are few and far between.
Yeah, Blackhawk. I mean, I see the same thing. Like, we were even around my area. I think I bought this house in 2021 timeframe, and it was 275. Latest like appraisal on it is like 380. So it's gone up over 100K in 4 years.
Yeah.
And so it's just getting more and more expensive. I'm like, all right, when's the big ball gonna drop?
Who knows?
But they don't have speed limits in Texas. Well, they do, but no one follows them. So, you can drive 90 miles an hour or 40K or whatever that is.
I mean, that's pretty much everywhere in the States, let's be honest.
But yeah, I don't really have anything
Yeah, no, we'll probably cut it out kind of there, and there's not
earth-shattering,
going
not to
on.
eat up your evening.
No, usually. Oh, hang on. Sorry, somebody's. Oh, damn it! Coinbase. I didn't realize people actually finally started chatting. Well, Black did. Coinbase already has a wallet. Yes, they do, but I think there's something happening.
Mm-hmm.
And else looks at that. Geez, I missed the chat because I. What time did he? Oh, 36. Okay, I didn't miss that much. He just got on.
Yeah.
El Salvador. So that's who we were talking about already. Used to be cheap. Urban areas have had reject. Yeah, I'm figuring if there'd be some balancing effect. And downside to Texas have abysmal road repair leading to plenty of accidents. All right, so you're replacing a car every year.
We did some training in Odessa, Texas area, and it was like you had to fly from DFW down to Odessa, which is where all the oil fields are. And when you fly in, you see nothing but oil rigs. And then from where we landed in Odessa to the actual training site was like another hour. And I was doing the speed limit, the posted speed limit is 80, so I'm doing 80, and I'm getting passed by semis that are doing like 95, 100. I'm like, this is
wild.
This is ridiculous, dude. People are they're hauling, man, and it was ridiculous. They got nowhere to be but everywhere to be in Texas. It's crazy.
Gotta love it. Cool. Sorry, Black. I know you're making comments now, but I think we're gonna be shutting it down now.
Not much to say.
Not much to say. We'll try. I think Kid and I are going to try and keep being more productive. Obviously, you're always welcome. 7 Pint. It doesn't matter having an extra person here to chat. Because like I said, we normally shoot the shit. Hopefully, we're going to see some changes in the market and actually be able to have some more fun things to talk about. But other than that, it's pretty much just trading, bots, and I mean the odd thing, like I said, Monstros that we talked about earlier for a few minutes. I'll have to talk to Various and find out more about that. But
I had sent him a message, but he never replied.
Yeah, I mean, he's BC time, so he's actually technically it's earlier for him than here. But
yeah, dig into that. See if he can. If he's not willing to divulge 100%, but if he just says trading bots or whatever.
It's not that it's a protocol that he's using. So it's not actually his thing, the pokes. I don't believe.
Gotcha.
So it's not really anything he has to divulge. It's more who's like what the actual protocol is, I guess, that he's using, that he's running it through. It's just he's doing the bulk of the money with them. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I don't know. I have no answers.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. And
Yeah.
looking at Bit Sensor again, sitting on some stables right now.
All right, my one gold trade hit take profit.
There you go. Looking at Bit Tensor again. I'll take a look. Oh yeah, I think we were talking about this last time, weren't we? Because you were talking about the CM ETH and the WBTC deposited. Yeah, might have to play around with maybe a little bit of that or something. I need something to. I don't need something actually. I'm busier than shit, but
Getting fidgety. Need something to.
yeah. Well, it's just, I am not doing very much in crypto, but the problem is I'm busier in other things, so I don't actually end up doing anything with the funds that I have sitting there. Not that I have a lot, but there's still a few funds that I don't have in something. Actually, some of them I'm sending to.
Did you ever get paid for that one NFT project? Did he ever? Shit. Peppermint?
Oh no, they're still in limbo land. They're still active, but who knows what the hell that means, right? I mean, I mostly ROI'd on that one almost, but not that that's what I want. But
Pambridge is still going strong.
Oh, yeah, Pambridge is still paying. Like I don't know, I have some still left in there. I almost wish I had kept the other funds in there, but again, I don't know when that's like. I don't know if it's a ticking time bomb or not.
Yeah.
It doesn't. On the surface, it seems like it's fine, but at the same token, there's so much.
It's one of those things where it's like it's too good to be true, but when is it going to end?
Yeah, exactly. I'm ROI'd, so whatever. But yeah.
If it smells like shit, it probably is shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. But again, I'm ROI'd. I'm not going to advertise it or market it, but. But we'll see. Nope, they're still trying to find devs supposedly. Yeah, like how does it take this long to find a dev? Like
I will say, if they're legitimately looking for a dev who's not a fucking idiot or a scumbag and will steal from you, it does take a long time.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to figure it out. I should reach out to them actually, because I mean, even somebody like maybe Various has somebody or whatever that he can get involved if they are again legit. I mean, theoretically, the money but the problem is, realistically, at this point, they've had enough time. They could have just closed all the money down and just friggin' set us back our stuff and then restart it when they're ready to start it. Because right now they've held it. Like, our money shouldn't be affected if it's dev problems. But anyways, neither here nor there. Also, 2 of their trading accounts got suspended. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit more.
Yikes!
Ding, ding, ding! We have a winner.
Frig. That
Whoops.
is shitty.
It's actually kind of funny in a fucked up way, but I should not laugh about that.
It's called dark comedy, all right?
Yeah. Deal.
Oh, Lord. It's
Fine.
called crypto. Everything in crypto seems to go that way.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the problem, right? People are trying to do something with other people's money, and it's just not. There's no good way to do that, right? Because as soon as all of a sudden you're trading with, that was 2 months ago exactly. As soon as you start trading with large amounts, they start looking at you, and when they start looking at it, they go, "Oh, this can't be your money." Like everybody's trying to get somebody else to do all the work for them, and somehow magically benefit from it. So,
and that comes back to you doing your IC markets. You know, the legitimate places are going to look at you, like you said, and be like, okay, are you a professional trader trading on behalf of other people, which is technically illegal?
Yep.
Yeah. So, it'd be funner if I hadn't bought Legacy a month or so before that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I bought mine a little earlier, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Black.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we
gonna do?
I bought. I don't know if you guys remember Axie or Peg Axie.
Yeah.
I had Axies, and I had I don't know. I probably had 80 Axies, and I had a bunch of people playing for me and whatnot, and so I was buying $1,200 a pop for a team, and just SLP went to 0 essentially, and I was like, okay, neat.
Yeah, that was a crazy one because that one blew up like nuts. I never got into it, but people were making pretty good bank for a bit.
Well, the crazy thing was it became almost a way of life for people in largely the Philippines.
Yeah.
People were just playing this game 24/7, and they were making they were making more playing this game than they would make at their jobs out in town. So they would just play this game over and over and over and over. That was probably, I don't know, 3-4 months.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, I'm going to activate some Top Step accounts that are funded. Yay.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna start working on some cash flow for myself.
Nice.
And yeah, I guess I'll let you guys know because I think Josh is your partner there. Right? I think he wanted to maybe talk about something with that once I got a live market going. Since it's a Canadian one, he can't do things. So I think we'll chat. So
yeah, sounds good.
Cool. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day. And yeah, anybody, again, just quickly, BootCamp, obviously, starting up next week. There's some free sessions inside the Pack trading group for this week, just to kind of show off what we do in there. And it's some pretty great stuff if you're interested in trading. So give it a look.